us here on SportsCenter. The news came down about 10:15 Eastern time when the Board of Trustees for the Penn State University got together and met. Following that, they held a press conference led by John Surma. Here it is.
The past several days have been absolutely terrible for the entire Penn State community. But the outrage that we feel is nothing compared to the physical and psychological suffering that allegedly took place. The Penn State Board of Trustees tonight decided that it is in the best interests of the university to have a change in leadership to deal with the difficult issues that we are facing. The Board of Trustees and Graham Spanier have decided that effective immediately, Dr. Spanier is no longer president of the university. In addition, Joe Paterno is no longer the head football coach, effective immediately. These decisions were made after careful deliberations and in the best interests of the university as a whole. Penn State has always strived for honesty, integrity, and the highest moral standards in all of our activities. We promise you that we are committed to restoring public trust to our university. Now, before we take your questions, I'd like to remind you that we do not yet know all the facts, and there are many details that have yet to be worked out. But Steve and I will now be available to answer as many questions as we can.
Who will coach on Saturday?
With respect to coaching matters, I can tell you that the acting president, Rod Erickson, and our acting athletic director, Mark Sherborne, who is here, have appointed Tom Bradley as the interim head coach.
What is like if we're
there's really nothing that we could say about that at this point. There's been no change in his status.
Sir, what was the driving reason behind the removal of Coach Paterno?
In consideration of all the facts and the difficulties that we are encountering during this time, it was the trustees' view that it was in the best interest, long-term interest of our university to make that change.
When did you tell him? What was the conversation like? When did you tell Joe Paterno?
I can only answer one at a time. The board deliberative process is, as it implies, a process that requires some time. There was information that we sought, although we don't know anything more about the actual details than the grand jury report and whatever you all write. We were working through the not entirely consistent processes of wanting to act swiftly and decisively, but also to be thorough and fair, and that resulted in these actions tonight.
Sir, given the popularity of Coach Paterno on this campus, how difficult a decision was this for you and your colleagues to make?
Well, these decisions are never easy in any walk of life, and this one, for many reasons, including those that you described, was difficult, but again, in the unanimous view of the trustees, was necessary for the long-term interest of the university in the difficult program. I have no basis to comment on that report, which I guess we found imaginative, but not anything we can comment on. I can only go one at a time. As I mentioned, Rod Erickson, our distinguished provost, has agreed to act as interim president of the university effective immediately.
In the board's mind, should Coach Paterno have alerted the police when he first learned of the sexual abuse allegations in 2002?
I don't know that I can characterize the board's view on specific determinations like that. Our view was a larger view of what was necessary to move the university in the right direction. The specific aspects of these terrible activities that occurred and the terrible damage that was done really remains to be established by whatever law enforcement investigations are yet underway. as well as the investigation by our own Board of Trustees Special Committee that we announced recently and will provide more details on Friday.
What was the return reaction?
As you listen to the press conference that took place probably an hour ago for the Penn State Board of Trustees, this is the scene currently in State College, Pennsylvania.